At this point, we can just go ahead and share again, and then we should be good to go. It's recording now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amanda Odin. I'm the Help Desk Coordinator for Campus Technology Services. I've been at CTS since May of 2023. I just wanted to do a presentation on password change that we recently implemented in October of last year, 2024, as well as review multi-factor authentication options. We have started using 16 characters. So of course, we can't always think of a 16-character password. So you will see that CTS uses the term passphrase interchangeably with password. Passphrase are just more secure. The longer, the better. If you think about how long a bad actor might take to hack into someone's system, to hack into the password or passphrase, the longer the password is, correlates with how long it takes them to gain access to the account. So we will be using passphrase going forward. The password changes occurred on October 1st of 2024. We'll go over that, the change process, as well as best practices for passwords. We'll also go over the overview of multi-factor authentication, what it is, why do we use it, the types of MFA and the benefits. And we can also get into certain scenarios since, of course, not everyone's two-step verification that they use is all used just for one particular scenario. Everyone has their different kind of devices that they use. We'll also go over tips and best practices. The password change process, it requires now a minimum of 16 characters up to 64 characters. It is required as of October 1st, 2024 for all SUNY Oswego accounts. That includes staff, students, faculty, alumni, and retirees. So that would be, also it says to include one uppercase, one lowercase as before, also containing the special characters listed there. And to meet the 16 character requirement, we just ask everyone, if you haven't yet already, please go ahead and change your password to the account management page. That account management page is oswego.edu/account-tools. And we would just ask that you make it different from any other accounts that you have online, including personal. For making the password change process, staff and faculty do have their computers that they use to sign in with their password passphrase. And what we'd ask you to do is, if you do make the password change, to make it while on campus. That way the computer is connected to the network. If you are off campus, however, you can still make the password change, but you'll use your old password to sign into your computer until you return back on campus to connect to the network. Just be aware that the password change does take up to an hour to sync to all services, including Google. And there are steps that we need to take after you make the password change. We'll need to also just sign back into campus Wi-Fi. So we'll just ask that you forget the network that you have with Oswego Secure Res, whatever those may be, and then reconnect with your Ethernet ID and the new password. For the computer, we ask that you log out, sign back in with the new password, and please reach out to CTS if you're having any trouble doing so. Also, we ask that if you are connected to the O drive, you may have trouble signing back in. What we'll ask you to do is right-click over the O drive when you look into your files within your PC, disconnect, and then reconnect, map it again. We do have an instruction set article for connecting to shared drives on the CTS webpage. Please let us know if you need help finding that or if you need help reconnecting. And then also, if you have any logins for campus services, Brightspace, YouTube, LinkedIn Learning, My Oswego, we just ask that you then change your login to the new password from there as well. What if you forget this password passphrase? So we do have an online tool for resetting, oswego.edu/reset. Alternatively, you can also go to the account tools page as well, and there's a link from there. You will need your campus ID and date of birth. For most staff, faculty, and students, if you have your photo ID card, your campus ID will be there. You can also, if you don't remember your campus ID, go to the account tools page. There's a link for forgotten campus ID number. What is also important is when you do make the password change, we ask that everyone make sure that they have a security question and answer already set up. It is required for you to be able to change your password. It won't allow you to unless you set one up. Also, if you cannot reset, if you have any trouble with this process with the account tools page at all, please contact the help desk. It is a separate process for department and club email accounts. So if you are someone that's in charge of a department or club email account, we just ask that you have the account owner or approver, usually an admin assistant, a manager, or also if you're a part of a club, the club officers are able to request password changes, MFA changes at the CTS help desk. We'll just verify your identity and get you on your way with that. For best practices, we just recommend that you have a strong password. We don't want you to have a password with your name in it, your personal details. It shouldn't contain, we want to break up words, like if it's a word in the dictionary. So it doesn't have to be a true word in the dictionary. You can break it up and put numbers in between characters, replace characters. So it should contain a combination of all of these things. It shouldn't, also it shouldn't be any easily guessed strings, like just doing the keys on the keyboard straight across. We also ask that you use a passphrase that's easy to recall. The longer and more complex, the better. You can think of your favorite quote from a book, a movie, or anything, and then just break it up so that it doesn't seem easily recognizable. Also, for best practices, it's not required at all, but we recommend users use a password manager. A password manager encrypts your data. It allows you to save them there. You can manage multiple accounts, and the benefits of that is avoiding reuse of the same password. So you can use that password manager to remember it for you. Just note that we can't recommend a particular password manager tool. There are many out there. I would just ask that you research that on the web for yourself. There are many pages out there that could describe the cons, the pros and cons of each one of those. We also ask that you avoid reusing the same password. We want different passwords for each service. For SUNY Oswego's accounts that use single sign-on, your Google and Microsoft logins, you'll notice that it's the same password. So if you go into account tools, change your password, it changes for all of them. But if you have another web page that you manage for your department, accounts, you're an admin for a tool that you use, we just ask that you also make sure that you have strong passwords with that. Turn on two-step verification if that's possible, and make sure that it's different from any personal passwords that you have with your own accounts. We also ask that you make regular updates to your password, maybe yearly, for any accounts where you only have a password without two-step verification. And for accounts that you do have two-step verification, we would just ask that you update the password immediately if you suspect that there is a bad actor that hacked your account. Even if you're just suspicious of it, go ahead and just change your password, ensure your two-step verification methods are up to date. What is MFA? You'll hear the term MFA from the CTS team. MFA means multi-factor authentication. We are authenticating you with your password and then something else, something that you have with you, a device. Those methods reduce the amount of attempts that a bad actor could gain access into your account as well as others, right? Because when they try to gain access to your account, they're really trying to fish and try to find ways that they can get more information from the rest of the campus, their financial information and so on. It's used to gain access to those resources such as an application, an online account, your VPN, your computer as well. So that does help us protect those things. It requires the use of a password and also something that you have physically with you, a smartphone, a computer, a landline phone. And why does it matter? It does increase the extra layer of security to protect the sensitive data that we are working with daily at the university here. It helps prevent unauthorized access. Even if the passwords are compromised, your account will remain protected. It does reduce the risk of compromise and the cyber attacks. So just think about all of these alerts that we're getting in our daily lives as well. These businesses are getting cyber attacked. You may have seen letters come to your mail saying that there was a breach and your data was leaked. And we may be in this time now where we're not really considering it as a big issue, but it is a big issue when we're dealing with other people's information, right? The types of MFA methods, you'll notice that we have MFA for your Google sign-ins as well as Microsoft sign-ins, such as Brightspace, Oswego, LinkedIn Learning, Adobe. For Google, we have text messages, phone calls, authenticator apps, the browser extension for authenticator apps, as well as Google backup codes. The backup codes are 8-digit one-time use codes, and you can download or print them. Just know that they're unencrypted. So you want to keep them on an encrypted device, such as an encrypted USB. You can also use password manager, something where it's encrypted and safe. And the benefits of using the Authenticator app, you'll notice that the Authenticator app is used for two-step verification. It can work without the internet. So people that are traveling, people that are in locations without internet, these codes will continuously come through as one-time codes, and they will always come through. You don't have to worry about waiting for the internet to connect for you to get it within the next minute. For enhanced security as well, it's not dependent on getting a text message. The text messaging can be vulnerable to SIM swapping. So we just want to say, you can do the text messaging option. Absolutely. Just know that there is a protection that you can have on your phone to protect it from SIM swapping. Just know that that's a possibility. Someone can copy and try to get that code by SIM swapping, copying your phone number. Also, some use encryption to protect your data as well. So just be aware of that feature with Authenticator apps. As well, it's quick authentication. Whatever device you're using for the Authenticator app, you can be rest assured that that code is readily available on smartphones, tablets, and browsers. The Authenticator apps that CTS recommends are either Microsoft or Google. Those are the services we work with. You'll notice that Microsoft is the more commonly used Authenticator app. What's nice about it is it also does push notifications. So the two numbers that you'll see prompted to the Authenticator app, you'll just ask for that 2-digit number notification, or you could do the time-based codes as well. Google has the same feature for time-based codes. It's every 30 seconds. You'll receive a new code to use. The nice thing about Microsoft Authenticator app as well is that it does password manager integration. We just recommend if you do want to look into which authenticator app you should be using, use the web, use your best thoughts on that. The browser extension is not interchangeable. So if you would prefer a browser extension authenticator, there are multiple out there. If you just search browser extension and the browser you're using, you'd be able to easily find one. For wearable devices as well, the Microsoft Authenticator app does integrate well with Apple Watches and Android Gear. The different scenarios we could look at. So what if I'm a faculty, staff, or student, and I have a personal phone, a work phone, and a computer, or a combination of those? You would be able to use the Authenticator app on your smartphone, or if you have an iPad, tablet, you'd be able to use the Authenticator there as well. For a personal phone, whether that's a landline or a smartphone, you can say call or text messaging. For a work phone, you can receive the calls. And then for a work laptop, you can choose the Authenticator app extension. Just know that it only works well with Chrome, Firefox, or Edge that we recommend using. The benefits of having these different methods and not just having the one phone or the one method would be you have redundancy. You don't bring your phone in that day. You have the work computer or you have the work phone. You're working from home, but you don't have your work phone with you. You have your personal phone there. Also the flexibility, you have the ability to authenticate from multiple devices. You can choose to try to sign in a different way, sign in differently, and whatever is your preference. But what about if I don't have a personal phone, I don't have a tablet, I don't work on a computer, what can I use? So if work provides you a tablet or phone, you can use those. I've seen people use break phones, break room phones. Work computers as well, you can use. If it's the primary work computer that you're working with, you can do the browser extension. And then also if you're signing into your mail, you can use the backup codes. They are the pre-generated codes. You'd print them out, you would save them in a safe place again, like I said, the encrypted USB. And you'd be able to use 10 at a time, refresh, get new backup codes, and so on. And the great thing about that is you don't need personal devices. So we can work with everyone. If you have a particular scenario, just let us know and we'll work with you to figure out what's best. Common MFA issues that we get at the help desk. The help desk, around the start of this semester, we're getting calls from new students. They haven't set up two-step yet. It could be for a variety of reasons, new staff, faculty. Someone just advises us they have a new or broken phone, they don't have it for a while. You would be able to then use your backup methods, your other phone, whether that be work or personal. Use the other device like Authenticator during that time. If you do get a new phone, we just ask that you sign into your two-step verification methods for Google and Microsoft. Update the phone number, update that you got a new Authenticator app, so you can update that the Authenticator app is connected to your new personal device phone as well. We ask if you are traveling that you do use an Authenticator app, just in case you don't have access to a particular phone number in this country or that. If you do get this error message on your screen that says your sign-in settings don't meet your organization's two-step verification policy, that means you haven't yet set up two-step verification yet, and your account has been just locked out temporarily for Google there. And what we'd ask that you do is contact the CTS help desk so we can help you set up your two-step verification methods. For best practices with MFA, we would like to think that your two-step verification, your MFA codes are just as precious as passwords. So don't give them out to anyone. If someone's calling you and saying, we need to verify your identity. Please give me the code that I text you. Please don't give that out to anyone. Be cautious about phishing attacks that may try to trick you into revealing what those codes are, your backup codes as well. Don't store backup codes in easy to access locations. So just know that those backup codes you can print, download, but we don't want that to be easily accessible. Please use encrypted offline storage. For both Google and Microsoft, any two-step verification method accounts that you have, you can sign out of devices you no longer use in the security settings as well, to prevent accounts getting compromised that way. We do recommend highly that you have multiple methods of MFA for Google and Microsoft logins in case you lose access. What we provided here at the bottom is the links for managing your Google and Microsoft accounts. Both companies provide their own version of the short URL if it's easier to memorize. We also have CTS resources and contact information. Here's our link to account tools, oswego.edu/account-tools, where you can view your manage your password security question and links to MFA help. We also have our phishing and other scams article on the CTS webpage. It does provide articles talking about phishing with examples and quizzes. We highly recommend that you review that, test your knowledge, see if you can catch the fish. We do have an account management FAQ page, so any common questions you may have, you may review how to manage your account from there. Any services that are down, we put out maintenance and planned or unplanned on our IT status page, itstatus.oswego.edu. Please reach out to CTS. Our help desk hours are listed on our hours of operation page, oswego.edu/CTS-/hours-operation. You may email us, help@oswego.edu will submit a ticket to us. You can also submit a ticket online, oswego.edu/help. We also, from that webpage, have articles, common service request forms that you may need. You may also call us during business hours, 315-312-3456, or in person at 26 Lanigan Hall. Lastly, I just wanted to play this video.
Probably the speaker may be off. You click the audio, yeah, that little, and bring up the audio is at the bottom, the audio set. Well, it would be the speaker, not the. I can't quite see the sound on the lower right side of the computer itself.
That's all right. If we can't find it, I will give the web address for it.
All right.
The web address for this is cisa.org/secure our world. It is a cute video. Just making our world a better place by securing it, using two-step verification, encouraging that with all accounts that you have. And of course, if you have any questions, you can just reach out to me, Amanda Odin. My email is amanda.odin@oswego.edu. Thank you.
So Amanda, I'll ask you a question. This would be a typical thing that would happen to us as faculty.
Yes.
You my office is in Colcan, just to make it clear, and I typically teach in Shinneman, literally 15 minutes of a walk from one place to the other. I say this to say, I forget my phone and I don't remember to bring it with me when I'm going to teach my class over there in Shinneman. So I usually end up having one of my students authenticate. We need to get into Brightspace and show something or whatever, because obviously I can't get into Brightspace because I can't do single sign-on. Is there other things I should be thinking about doing with some of the backups that you describe, backup ways of doing authentication that maybe would work for me? Obviously, I can't use my office phone as a backup because I'm nowhere near the office phone. I don't control the computers in classrooms, so it's not like I can add on an extension, an authentication extension, and so on. Is there another way I can potentially do this?
Currently, for Brightspace logins, you would need a device. So that would be if you don't have your personal phone, are you bringing your work laptop with you?
Typically not.
Typically not.
Because there's a computer with everything I need in the in the front podium. So usually that's part of the idea. The benefit of having things set up on that machine is that I don't have to drag a laptop up and down the hill.
Yeah.
So the device must be there, a second device.
Yeah, so with Google, what's nice about Google is you can do a security key USB. It's something you'd have to purchase though, and maybe that's something you can bring around with you on your keys or something.
But that wouldn't help me with single sign-on, right?
Right, with the single sign-on with Brightspace, the Brightspace options are through Microsoft and they only allow phone calls, text messages, or the authenticator app, either through a phone or the browser extension, which, like you said, you can't just add it to a computer that you share with others.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure if there was another way of dealing with that situation. It'd be good to know what it is, but usually the students have their phones, so it's never a problem when you ask one of them to get on Brightspace and for us to actually look at what we need to. So it works out okay, but I figured I should ask.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Google's nice. They have the backup code option, but Microsoft unfortunately doesn't have an alternative option. You have to have a device.
Yeah, I can you describe the Google one a bit more? Because usually I need a phone that says it's me or whatever. There's another way of doing it with Google?
Yeah, so if let's see. So this link here, you can sign in, view your two-step options, and you'll see the other options available that you haven't yet signed up. Backup codes are there.
Okay.
It'll give you 10. And when you use one, you'll have 9 left and so on. And if you get low on them, you can go back here, refresh, and get 10 more.
Okay, so there's some kind of a code that I need to remember.
Yep, there are 10 codes. From this link, it allows you to print or download them, but it's not encrypted. It's something that you'd have to keep in a safe place so that others don't gain access to those codes.
Right, but I only have to remember one of those codes.
One at a time, right?
I mean, I have to be really bad to need to remember a whole bunch of them. All right, I'll look into that one. So you're going to share that presentation with us?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll see if we can get it posted too. All right, well, thank you very much for your work, and we look forward to learning more about it as we get used to our, in my case, 23-character password.
Thank you.
All right, we'll just stop recording and I think we should be good. Thank you very much for your work.
Yeah.
Matt did one just yesterday or something too, a 20-minute one that was helpful.